When it comes to women, because we want the emotional support, we know that they are having that tendency to care about their family. We are getting the pleasure from the sexual activities with the girls. For
Yeah.
that reason, even the most obvious reason, I believe.
Hello.
Hi, Mish.
Hi, how
Can I
are you
call you Mish?
doing? Pardon?
Can I call you Mish?
Sure, go ahead. What's your
All
name?
right. Vikash here, Vikash.
Hi, Vikash. Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you too. So, how have you been up to?
Not much. I live in Canada
Ah,
and it's
mhm.
summertime here right now. So lots of outdoor activities like biking, swimming, that kind of thing. How about you?
That sounds good. Nothing actually. Like right now, just I have been working into like with the online things. So I'm been just stuck in my home and
Right?
using the computer and technologies all the time. That's what
Yeah,
I'm doing. So
right.
definitely, I'm getting frustrated, and hence I want to do kind of meditations. To release out my stress and to decrease all the anxieties that I do have.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, I never make up my mind to do so.
Right. Yeah, I've tried meditation too. It's hard. It's
Exactly.
not easy. Yeah, it's not
Yeah,
easy.
especially when you're stretching your body, it's very hard because the
Yeah.
pain that you're getting is really unbearable. So, Miss, I have got a topic for the day, and would you like to go with that?
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, go for it.
That's amazing. So, the topic is it true that women or the girls are loved unconditionally by the society?
Good
Get my
question.
topic?
Yeah, so your question is, are women and girls loved unconditionally by society?
Yeah,
Like,
exactly.
so what society are you thinking? Are you thinking like globally? Are you thinking
Yeah, globally, actually. Especially, I'm from India, so in Indian society, I have seen this. I have figured out that girls, especially, are being loved by the people, but unconditionally. I mean, say my points later, but I want just your opinion at the time.
yeah, so being loved unconditionally.
Hmm.
You
If you
know,
want to keep on it, you can for 30 seconds. That's not a big deal, actually, because that's a very difficult topic, actually.
yeah,
Because
it's complex because I would say that girls are like yeah, it's yes and no, like on the one hand they are, but
Mhm.
also I mean, but also not,
But
at the
still,
same time.
you will be explaining that. Like on which kind of
Yeah.
factors do you think so that girls are being loved unconditionally and conditionally?
Well, I just think so. Are you talking about like young girls or are you thinking women?
Yeah, exactly. Girls, especially young girls. Yeah, definitely.
Young girls.
Yeah,
Yeah, like as compared to boys, you're thinking, right?
yeah,
Um,
exactly.
Yeah, I couldn't really speak for like globally so much,
Hmm.
but in Canada where I live, like girls and boys are seen equally, I would say. It's not that
Really?
girls are like valued more than
But
boys.
somehow you haven't seen the difference. Like naturally, the things that girls are beautiful, gorgeous. Having soft-hearted, like they are soft-hearted as well as having the caring nature. I mean,
Yes, yes. I mean, like those are stereotypes about girls. Like in Canada, people have
mhm,
been trying to change that and trying to teach girls that girls, like, for example, instead of saying about a girl like she's pretty, first of all,
mhm,
um, like
mhm.
praise her abilities rather than her physical characteristics. That's kind of been like the movement in Canada. So like tell a girl that she's smart and she's strong so that she values those things instead of just valuing her looks. So I think there's been a movement in this society to try to make girls and boys more equal, like in characteristics rather than valuing like their physical appearance. But in the past, definitely, like girls were valued for being, pretty and kind and well behaved and things like that, right? Versus boys who were supposed to be strong and good at earning money and that sort of thing. So,
Exactly. Mhm.
yeah. But I think that's changing these days, at least in Canada. People are trying to change that.
So
Um,
that means you agree with the word that they are being loved unconditionally, especially
yeah, but
girls.
but here, like all children are loved unconditionally. I would say, it's not that like girls are loved more than boys, but just
Mhm.
children. Like no, children are loved
No,
unconditionally.
exactly. Children are loved. I do say that. See,
Yeah.
dogs and especially children.
Dogs.
Yeah.
Did you
Uh,
say dogs? Yeah.
don't define this unconditional term because only parents' love is unconditional. Otherwise, there is always condition that exists. When it comes to women, because we want the emotional support,
Yeah.
or, or we know that they are having that tendency to care about their family. The second reason might be that, and the third most important thing is that what we are getting the pleasure from the sexual activities with the girls. For
Yeah.
that reason, even the most obvious reason, I believe.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Uh,
exactly. And when it comes to child, about children, when you love them because you're just making yourself happy, playing with them because they are very innocent, they are very overloaded with the cuteness. That's the
yes.
reason.
Yes.
Exactly. When we are loving the dogs, I mean, yeah, definitely you have seen that. We want that loyalty. I mean, that faithfulness from them.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. If we would not get these things, we wouldn't be going to love them anyhow. And there
Right.
always conditions exist, but definitely in the case of women, children, and dogs, there are very limited conditions. Means only two, three conditions. But when it comes to boys, especially males, I mean, their lives are very tough. I have to say this.
Yeah, so
I
tell me what you think. I mean, I'm not a boy, so I don't know. I haven't had the experience. So like from you, why do you say their lives are tough, do you think?
lot of things. There are a lot of things I'm going to tell you. See, first of all, a boy is a boy. Males are respected with the possessions they have. First of all, if they are jobless, they wouldn't be. They would not be respected and given that respect what actually they deserve. The first one. As far as I'm concerned, observing my society, especially in India, and
Right.
the second reason, they should be smart enough. If they are the breadwinner of the family, just
Mhm.
feeding their family, giving the income and resources, all things. Of course, he would be praised by the society. And if
Right.
he would not stand with these kind of things, I mean, no one is going to praise him. No one is going to talk to him. Otherwise, what they're gonna feel is that this partner or this man is not suitable, for the family, for the anyone as a friend. You can say anything.
Yeah. Yeah.
And on top of all that, he should be smart enough. He should be looking handsome. When it comes to man, there are a lot of conditions actually arises. And when
Mhm.
you don't stand in with these conditions, I mean, especially because as far as we all are concerned, because there are not very rich peoples, we are all like mostly from the middle class family. I mean, not
Yeah.
having so many possessions,
Yeah.
and I believe their lives are too difficult.
Mhm.
They can never nag about the things. Still, they are having the pain inside the heart, but they cannot reveal it. They cannot discuss with anyone other than family. Family means only parents.
Right. Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah. Yeah. So like from your perspective, you would say it's more difficult to be a man than a woman, you think?
And there are a lot of reasons actually. I have seen in my schools even if the same kind of mistake, if the girl has done all right, if any girl has done the same mistake, she's not penalized by the teacher. But if I were in her shoes, I mean, they are going to thrash me. They are going to abuse me, especially teachers. And
Really?
I have seen this kind of differentiation, partiality, and accordingly, like my mind got made up by his own thoughts. By its own thought actually.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think maybe like Indian society is probably different than Canada also because you have like a
Exactly.
bit of a
Right.
different
So I
structure.
definitely, yeah, you could say that because somehow it's a very evolved, nation, and definitely like people mindsets are completely evolved. But when it comes to in India, we have a lot of taboos of speaking kind of things, and and especially in India, to be very honest, frankly speaking, girls are respected because they are girls, only for the sexual purpose. I mean,
Well, but because they're the ones that have the children, right? Like because
exactly.
like motherhood is very
They are the
important.
people of giving the child and birth,
Yeah, yeah,
managing
yeah.
all the system of the house stuff, house
Right.
chores. And because
Yeah.
of these reasons, we are respecting. I mean, even not respecting, but for if girls are considered not women, then of course only one thing, that is how beautiful they are. If they are
Right.
beautiful, definitely they would be having all the respect. And if not, I mean, the society is not going to look up them. I mean,
But that's difficult too because that means like physical beauty is not something you can change, really, right? So that's hard. Like if that's the only thing a woman is valued for or a girl, then I mean it's fine. You know, it's nice if you're good
I got
looking.
your point. I got your point. But you know what?
Like what if you're
People
not?
people have been just seeking the temporary gratifications. Only pleasure.
Yeah.
I mean, they are not, tying the knot with that girl. So when girls are considered, just for the fun and just for having the pleasure, you know, if they are beautiful, they are going to spend a lot of money on her.
Hmm.
And even girls are being, girls get carried off with these things. I mean, with these kind of temporary things. I mean, which never exist for the long term. And that's too
Yeah,
bad. That's awful.
it is too bad because I would kind of hope, I mean it's 2021, like we should be going away from that. Like we should be valuing people for what they can do, and like their intelligence and their abilities, not the way that they look, right? Like
See, definitely, even everybody knows about it, but because they don't want to break this, the mindset, the wall of the mindset that is
mhm.
already there in their mind. And they knows about the differentiation. Still, they are doing so just to have the fun with them. I mean, you are getting my point, what I'm saying.
Yeah, I get
Are
I
you?
get your point. It's just it's too bad that it's still like that because it's been
Have you
like that.
ever had kind of instance in your life where you have been differentiated with any boy? Miss, you felt that he shouldn't be treated in this way, but he has been treated, but you weren't.
Yeah, not that comes to mind because like in the schools here it's not really the same as in India. Like you don't get punished. You know what I mean? Like it's not
Exactly, exactly. Mhm,
like
mhm.
the teachers try really hard here to, treat
But you
everyone
might have seen, when like the accident happened besides roads or on roads,
Yeah,
if any girl hit the any car or bike, she
yeah.
is not being shown that anger at that point of time by the boys. But when it comes to boy, if any boy mishap kind of things, just hit any bike or bicycles, he's gonna
Yeah,
be fired out. The people start violencing and start thrashing them or beating them.
yeah, I see what you mean. I don't know. In Canada, I can't think of any examples. Like nothing comes to mind that I've seen. But
Mhm.
it's like you're in a very different situation in your country. Like you have a totally different sort of structure in your society, and like so you have a different experience, I think.
Miss, I definitely believe in the bookish language and all kind of studies, but this is something that I have scrutinized from my society. You know,
Yeah, yeah.
what it is said, it is not being done, but I believe the actions that are being taken by the people speaks louder than words.
Yeah, absolutely. And if that's your experience, then
That's not my experience. If you have been here, like if you would have been in India, then of
yeah,
course you would have felt kind of things. And that's very normal actually. Every single day you're gonna feel this.
yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah, and like it's hard to have an opinion because I haven't had the same experience as you. So,
All right.
but like,
We are running out of time, miss.
yeah, it sounds
Okay.
it sounds not good, is what it sounds
But
like.
still it's okay. We need to change the mindset, and we are the one who has to, break the wall first of all, and the people will get inspired by us, and then
Yeah.
it will be all right, gradually.
Well,
It
good
was
luck.
nice talking to you. It was lovely talking to you, miss.